A freezing night in the Ural Mountains. A group of experienced hikers suddenly flee their tent in sheer terror, running half naked into the darkness. Days later, their bodies are discovered. Some frozen, others brutally injured, with crushed bones and missing organs. No sign of struggle, no tracks of an attacker, and no logical explanation. What really happened at Dyatlov Pass? Was it an avalanche, a military experiment gone wrong, or something far more sinister? Stay with us as we unravel one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. It all started in January 1959, when a group of 10 Soviet students and graduates, led by Igor Dyatlov, set off on an ambitious trek through the remote Ural Mountains. Their destination was Mount Otorten, which in the local Mansi language ominously translates to "don't go there." They were well-trained, young, and prepared for extreme cold. But despite all their experience, they were walking straight toward a deadly fate. On January 28th, just a few days into the journey, one hiker, Yuri Yudin, fell ill and had to turn back. That decision saved his life. The rest of the group continued on, documenting their journey in diaries and photographs. It was supposed to be an adventure, but it became their last. Fast forward to February 12th. The hikers were supposed to return. Days passed. No sign of them. Worried families pressured the Soviet authorities to launch a search mission. It wasn't until February 26, 2 weeks later, that searchers discovered the hiker's tent on the slope of Kolatsyakhl, meaning dead mountain in the local Mansi language. What they found was terrifying. The tent was half buried in snow and had been slashed open from the inside. It looked as though the hikers had cut their way out in panic. But why? What could have frightened them so much that they abandoned their warm clothing, boots, and gear in the freezing 30 degrees Celsius temperatures? Searchers followed barefoot tracks leading downhill into the forest, where they found two of the hikers, Doroshenko and Krivonishenko, lying near a makeshift fire. Both were nearly naked, wearing only their underwear. Their hands were charred, possibly from desperate attempts to stay warm. But what caused them to flee in the first place? As search teams continued searching, they found 3 more bodies: Igor Dyatlov, Rustam Slobodin, and Zinaida Kolmogorova, spaced apart as if they were trying to crawl back to the tent. They had died of hypothermia, but Slobodin had a cracked skull. It wasn't until 2 months later that the most horrifying discovery was made. 4 more bodies were found deep in a ravine, buried under 4 meters of snow. Unlike the others, these hikers had suffered severe internal injuries. Lyudmila Dubanina and Semyon Zolotaryov had multiple broken ribs. Their chests were crushed as if they'd been hit by an extreme force. Even stranger, Dubanina's tongue and eyes were missing. Some say animals scavenged them. Others believe it was something far more disturbing. And here's the most baffling part. Despite their horrific injuries, there were no external wounds. It was as if something crushed them from the inside. What could have caused this? Over the decades, experts and conspiracy theorists have debated the possible causes. Let's go over the leading theories. Some scientific, some bizarre. The first and most widely accepted theory is the avalanche hypothesis. Some believe the hikers heard the sound of an approaching snow slab avalanche and rushed out of the tent in panic. But there's a major problem with this theory. There was no evidence of an avalanche. When rescuers arrived, the tent and belongings were still standing, and no signs of debris or snow shift were found. So, if it wasn't an avalanche, what else could it have been? Another theory suggests Soviet military experiments. In the 1950s, the Soviet Union was testing classified weapons, including parachute mines and infrasound weapons. Some believe the hikers may have accidentally stumbled upon a secret military test. In fact, some bodies were found with traces of radiation on their clothing. Could they have been exposed to a powerful experimental weapon? Then there's the KGB spy theory. According to some researchers, 3 of the hikers had ties to the KGB. Were they involved in a secret mission and eliminated to keep Soviet secrets safe? Some speculate that they were carrying classified information and were assassinated in a staged accident. And then there's the Yeti theory. Some locals believe the group may have been attacked by a towering unknown creature living in the Ural Mountains. One of the final photos on their camera shows a dark, shadowy figure in the distance. Was it a coincidence, or could it have been the creature that forced them to flee? Finally, we have the UFO and paranormal theory. Several witnesses claim they saw strange orange lights in the sky around the time of the hikers' disappearance. Some believe the group encountered something not of this world, causing confusion, panic, and eventual death. In 2019, the Russian government reopened the case. Their conclusion? A snow slab avalanche was the most likely cause. But many experts aren't convinced. The Dyatlov Pass Incident remains one of the most terrifying, unsolved mysteries in history. Even after decades of research, no theory fully explains what happened that fateful night. What do you think? Was it a natural disaster, a government cover-up, or something far beyond our understanding? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into an unsolved mystery, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more gripping crime and conspiracy stories. Also, hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. This is George, signing off from News Nexus, where we uncover the truth, one mystery at a time. See you in the next episode.